our things. Let's get up there. We should actually flip it as well so it looks like I'm looking at the screen and not looking away. There we go. See, now it looks like I'm looking at the screen. I should really take my name tag off. And I just dropped it. Oh, great. Okay, there it is. What a way to start streaming. Right, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a career. Manage drivers. This is the one we want. New career. No. Load, that's what we want. There we go, team selection. How are we going to do it, guys? That is the question. What team are we going to start with? So we got Sauber, McLaren, Williams, Renault, Toro Rosso, Haas, Force India, Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes. Should we go sort of mid-tier team, I guess? Can't remember who drives for who. That's my thing, I'm trying to remember who drives what. I am going to go middle of the road and go for Williams. Let's choose your teammate. Massa or Stroll? I'm going to go for Felipe Massa. Start career. Oh, I've got a trophy already. Right, weekend tyre allocation, full practice. No, we'll do short qualifying. Formation lap, no. Race starts manual, 25%. AI driver, we are going to put it up to hard. Because I did a season on medium with Sauber just on my own and had it on medium and I won. But I won. And I think it would be more entertaining to have it on hard instead of... Right, so we'll have flashbacks on, park ferme on, vehicle damage at full, yeah, safety car, yeah, fuck it, why not. Corner cutting, stringency, regular, formation lap off, race starts manual, assists, right, braking assist off, anti-lock brakes. Do I make it hard for myself? Traction control. Yeah, we'll have that on full actually. Dynamic racing line full, dynamic racing line type 3D, gearbox automatic, or do I try manual? When using manual with clutch feature, you need to ensure that gear shifting is assigned to an appropriate input. I'll try manual to start off with. Pit assist on, pit release assist on, yeah. I'll say I'll try it. Enable Pro Career, what's that? Enabling Pro Career will alter all weekend structure race settings and disable all vehicle assists. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Advance. Whew. I'm probably going to regret this. I've made it hard. I've got to do the gears by myself. I've got to make sure that I do the braking by myself instead of just full on the brakes like I usually do, because anti-lock brakes are off. So if I smashed the brakes on, then obviously the brakes are going to lock up. Like I say, we're going middle of the road. We'll start off with Williams, and we'll see how things go. I'm also going to get out of the party because I don't think I need to be in a party. There we go. Emma Jenkins.
Yes, and I respect that. But my client has a championship to contest. So if you want our participation, I'm afraid the position's an option. Yes, that's fine. Get back to me when you can. Goodbye. No one ever just signs the contract. Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice. I just needed to cover a couple of quick things with you for a few minutes. Firstly, as requested, it's a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards. You're second driver for now, but hard. Hit your targets and I'll be able to sweeten the deal. I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. It's to drive some historic cars. Now then, get ready for the next session. Good luck.
Okay. New contract. Dear Chubbs, welcome to Williams Racing. We are delighted to have you on board and look forward to working closely with you over the upcoming season. You will start as a second driver alongside your teammate Felipe Massa. We expect you to work together to help develop the car and the team as quickly as possible. Now, let's get out there and win some points. Kind regards, team management. Okay. Laptop introduction. I know all about the laptop. We're good, okay. Right, so let's go to practice one. All of our vehicle equipment should be at 100%, so
welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start. But this week...
Right, car setup. Maximum top speed, because this is quite a fast track. I'm also going to turn up the brightness a bit, because it seems a bit dark. For my screen at least, anyway. On screen, no. Is it? Graphics options, that's what I want. Turn up my gamma. I That's a bit better. Please adjust the gamma correction slider so there is a visible difference between each. So there's just a visible difference. There we go. That's more like it. There we go. Hide area adjustment. Yep, we should be good. Right. Track acclimatization. Soft tyre, 3 laps. Flying lap. Okay, let's go. Oh, this definitely feels different compared to being in the Sauber. I already forgot about the brakes. I can't do the brakes. Assists. Anti-lock brakes on, please. Christ, it feels like I haven't played this game in about 6 months and I'm trying to get used to it. It feels so different trying to do the gears. Just by putting the gears on, I feel like I've got so much more to concentrate on. See what I mean? It's more focused on getting around that corner than I was actually putting the gears down.
Seems like we're a bit slow in these corners. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 12, turn 13, turn 14.
Tell you what, restart. Restart the session. Repair time. Braking system. Oh, I wonder why. There's a fault with the braking system already and we haven't even started. Quote.
Sit rep, we've got a leak in the hydraulic system, so it's going to be a few minutes before we can get you out on track.
Skip, there we go. Right, let's try again, shall we? Track acclimatization. This car is so much different. Ooh. Jesus Christ.
We're seeing a significant loss in downforce.
Okay, maybe we're changing some more assists. We're going back to automatic, boys. We're going back to automatic. Restart session. I think I'll keep it to the point where I've now basically just increased the difficulty of the AI drivers. So now it'll just make it a bit more, maybe a bit more entertaining for like when I actually do the races. That's because I went into the corner too slow. And that was because I went into the corner too quick. I don't know if it's just me, but the tyres seem wider on the Williams car than they do on the Sauber car. I don't know if that's just me. I hope you guys can hear me okay. If not, I will put myself back into the party and obviously sort the sound out from there. Damn, too quick. Luckily I get 3 laps to do it, so...
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
I completely messed that one up already. Can't seem to get a hang of it. This is what happens when you don't play a game for a week. Imagine what I was like playing Overwatch yesterday when I was trying to play competitive matches after a month of not playing it. There we go, that corner was a bit better. That's more like it.
This is the last lap of the program. Final lap of the program.
So it took me a few races to get used to how this car handles, so... I did not need to do that. I just wasted so much time there. Why are these two acting like it's a race?
Practice program over. That's all we need for now. Return to the garage pronto.
Ugh.
Fuel is marginal. We're close to using up load. Pit in within 2 laps.
Don't worry, I'm coming in this lap, it's fine. There we go, that was a bit better. Not by much, but it was better.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
I'm boxing this lap. There we go. That's the first bit, the first program of the practice session. Right, I'm going to go back and listen through. Doesn't sound too bad. Alright, let's go for some tyre management then. Yeah, we're doing alright so far. So when it comes to tyre management, obviously you've got red, you've got green, you've got purple. Red is obviously bad. Green is average, so where you really sort of want it to be. Or if you can get it in towards the purple. But usually to do that, that really affects your pace. So really what I try and do is I try and get it into the centre of the green. But it looks like we're doing pretty well. And we've basically managed to get into the purple, near enough.
Okay, then that's the
Well,
end of
there
the
you go.
program and plenty of useful data. Return to base when you can so we can go over it.
And also, the better you do in the programs like lower tyre wear and all this stuff, like the least amount of laps you do it in, the better as well, because obviously it's not when it comes to your engine, it doesn't just deteriorate during the race, it deteriorates during all the practices and it deteriorates during qualifying and all that sort of thing. So you need to be really careful about that. And yeah, try and sort of micromanage it as such. So it's like I did that in one lap when I had 3 laps to do it. So this would have been my second lap to do it, but yet this time I get to go in the pits, so I've basically saved myself 2 laps on my engine, if that makes sense. So I've got an extra 2 laps to use anywhere else if I should need it. And that wasn't a bad corner, I went wide there on purpose. What was that about Schumacher? Heard something about Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher. At least that's what I thought I heard. And yeah, unfortunately I can't skip this bit. I wish we could skip this bit. This bit's annoying. Having to watch all this. Right, do I have enough time to do the fuel saving one? The fuel saving one is the one I usually have the most trouble with. Even though it's pretty easy, but I have the most trouble with it. Yeah, I've got plenty of time. Because for those of you who don't know my style of driving, it's very aggressive. I'll try and go as fast as possible to brake as late as possible to get as much speed as I can out of the corner. Which is really how you should do it, but I'll say with the fuel saving, one of the best ways to do it is to let off the gas when you come up to corners. So like now. I think it also helps with your car as well. Like I say, with fuel saving I try to keep it in the green, keep it average. As you saw there, I gained a fair bit of fuel back there, especially with that corner. You'll see quite a lot of drivers in the real Formula 1 just sort of lift off there instead of braking. Which, don't get me wrong, is really good. So yeah, we've kept it average, which is where we want it.
That's an acceptable lap, but you're capable of more if you work at it.
See, now I also think because of the way I drive, which is, like I say, which is quite aggressive, I think that's why my engines also don't last that long. so maybe doing this is also helping the engine in a way as well. If you want to know what the full car looks like, it's that car. You see how I broke? I hit the brakes there instead of lifting off, which I probably shouldn't have done. See, and that's gained quite a lot of fuel back. And so really, if you can, is with some corners, try and enter them a gear above what you expect to go round them in. Because another way to keep your fuel up is high gear, low revs. Because that way, obviously the less revs means it's pumping less fuel through the engine, so less fuel through the engine means more fuel saved. I also want to know what camera you guys prefer. I know it probably really should be down to me because I'm the one that's actually driving, but I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to go back to this one because this one's my favourite. And you can see this lap I've not done very well when it comes to fuel saving. That's brought it back a little bit. So as long as we keep it as close to the green as possible, we'll be sorted. As you can see in the bottom right underneath the revs, I'm activating the DRS. For those of you who don't know what the DRS is the drag reduction system. So as you can see, my rear wing is lifted up. See how it's closed now? Yeah, that bit of the rear wing usually lifts up, which creates basically like a letterbox throughout the whole of the back of that rear wing, and it lets more air through, which means less drag, and less drag means more speed. You can only do that within certain areas of the track, which are the DRS zones, which are marked out. You can do it in them, and you have to be normally, if it's in a race condition, you have to be within 1 second of the car in front of you to be able to use it. Try again, shall we? Again, usually you shouldn't brake there. You should just let off the gas. But I felt like I was going too fast into that corner, that's why I hit the brakes instead. And on this corner I think you can usually afford to go a bit wide, but not too wide. Same with that one. So I just kissed the edge of the track there with the stones. It's not something you really want to do. But all in all, it's been a pretty good practice so far. I say, did the fuel saving in 3 laps, took an extra lap to get back into the pits. So obviously that accounts towards all of my engine stuff from previous. I really wish we could skip this. This is kind of annoying. Having to do all the setup. Right, how long have we got left? 2 minutes. 129.0, which isn't bad. Now, where are we at the moment? We are currently first. And the next one is Kimi Raikkonen, which is 129.2. So we're 0.2 of a second quicker. Which is pretty good. I'll take that. Let's have a look at the live view. Let's see what Kimi's up to. He's basically now doing his last flying lap, doing whatever he needs to do with his car. And we'll just end it there.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. A Williams, Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel.
Felipe is currently in 13th.
We'll be back with more F1.
And that is the end of the first practice. I'll do the last 2 programs in the second practice. I will skip the third practice because we don't really need it. We'll do the qualifying, then I will do the race, and then that will be the end of that stream, or this stream, sorry.
Got my message. Perfect. Welcome to home away from home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. To that end. Sorry, just a sec. Yeah, Chris, is this important? I'm in the middle of something. Okay. Right. Well, that makes no sense. Have Sarah reset the simulation. Okay. Sorry about that. As I was saying, we've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data that we collected over the weekend and through the practice programs. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good. Sometimes tests fail, like you've seen just now. When that happens, we have to divert additional resources to fix it. C'est la vie, I'm afraid.
C'est la vie. Introduction to resource points. I know all about resource points. Basically, you need to spend resource points to obviously improve your car. So let's have a look. This is our R&D tree. So you've got your powertrain, which is obviously everything to do with the power in the car. Aerodynamics, anything to do with the shape of the car, that sort of thing, to obviously help it go through the air. Not by flying, obviously, but you know, to cut through the air to make the car go faster. Durability, so obviously everything within the car needs to obviously wears, so you need to constantly upgrade them to make sure that they don't wear out as much. And you got your chassis, so that's basically anything between positioning stuff somewhere to slightly changing the position of certain components within the car, like weight distribution to obviously make the car go quicker as well, because you need to have certain things within the car in the right positions to be able to obviously have the right distribution and all that sort of stuff, but that just takes absolutely forever. And right, so our recommended upgrade is the front wing main plane, so we'll go with that. And another one is the central under tray, so we'll do that. We'll do all of the recommended stuff. Alright, so this one, you see in the next to it, it says it will take 2 weeks. So it won't be ready in time for this Grand Prix, and it won't be ready in time for next Grand Prix, but the Grand Prix after is when that one will be ready by. Whereas this one will also take 2 weeks, so it won't be done obviously for another 2 Grand Prix as of yet, which is fine. See, look now, the power unit general wear is 5%. My gearbox has a 6% wear on it, and those are my weekend tyres. Most interested teams that want me for next season currently is Red Bull, Mercedes and Renault from the looks of it. But obviously we don't need to worry about that because it's not even the first race yet. Right, so we'll go to the second practice. We go to the second practice. And we can do the rest of these programs. Right, so we did track acclimatization, we've done time management, and we've also done fuel saving. So now we're going to go on to qualifying pace. So it's basically making sure that we're able to keep up with obviously the main qualifying time. And if not, we'd need to make adjustments to how the car is to obviously make sure that we are able to keep up with the pace of the rest of the pack, or of the grid, sorry. So again, this is a 3-lap program, or maximum 3-lap program. Alright, we're doing alright so far, we're doing alright. Ooh, I almost overcooked that. Right, so we're just under the allotted target time, because you get a certain target time to beat, so which we are currently beating at the moment from the looks of it. See, there's a nice lift off there, so I kept some momentum. Because in some corners you can brake too hard and end up losing all your momentum, which is not what you want. Or you can end up doing that, which is obviously definitely not what you want, because you will end up going off the track and hitting into things, which is not what you want to do, because you'll end up smashing it and killing the car, and you'll just end up retiring. There we go. So far of this practice, I've currently set the fastest lap. Which is good. obviously there's still another 19 cars that have to set a time. So for all I know, at the end of this practice session, I could be one of the slower cars. Which is not a problem. Right, now have a look. I know my camera's kind of covered it, but you can see the time is now red. So at the moment I'm currently not beating the time. That was probably purely for the fact is that I ended up braking into that corner instead of just letting off the gas and slowly being able to go around it. Because I ended up going down to 5th instead of 6th. So just keep an eye on it. As long as we can get it in the green and keep it in the green, we should be okay. So I went for a middle of the road team. And I also put the difficulty up to hard because I started with in a private season that I didn't do on stream. I done it with a small time team, and I also did it on medium difficulty and was able to win the championship. So I figured, while doing it on stream, I'll pick a middle of the road team and stick it on hard and then see if I can win the championship that way. And I think doing it that way will also make it more entertaining for you guys as well as it will be for me actually doing it. Or for those of you who are actually into racing and like Formula 1 games, that is, anyway. I'd love to get like a steering wheel and pedals or like a proper rig for this, but
Right, that's the end of the program.
there we
Box
go.
this lap so we can analyze the data. Box this lap.
And there you are, there's my result. Pretty good time if I do say so myself. And there you are, I set the fastest lap. I love how my last name is TB. That's pretty funny. So I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Monday afternoon if you're watching this on
There's only one
on
lap of fuel remaining.
the day that I stream it, the time when I'm streaming it. If not, hope you're having an awesome day as it is.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
As you can see, the sun is shining. Made sure that my curtains were closed because at some point it's going to get very glary in here. That was quite a nice corner actually. Right, into the pits. Nobody has beaten my time yet. So we're doing good. So what I will end up doing is I will end up probably changing the title of this. I just couldn't remember in what order the races went. So I will end up titling this Race 1 Australian Grand Prix, you know, that sort of thing, to obviously title it properly, but at the moment, keeping the title as it is, I think it's alright. Alright, so we managed to perfect it. We exceeded target. So our objective was 9th. Our estimated quality. Lap 1 was a 1 minute 30. Lap 2 was a 1 minute 30, but lap 3 was a 1 minute 28.5. So just in between lap 1 and lap 2, I managed to gain a second and a half. And I exceeded target. Right, so our next one is going to be the race strategy. So basically all this is, I'll do 5 laps around the course, 5 laps around the track, and basically what that will do is that will give the team enough information to then say, right, these are the tyres we're going to use from one lap to another, this is how much fuel you're going to need, and that sort of thing. Now I know in Formula 1 games it's varied from year to year and varies from game to game, but excuse me, this Formula 1 game is usually pretty spot on. I mean, it's fairly easy to change it anyway. Yeah, the way I normally do it is I usually stick with whatever they end up giving me, but I give, when it comes to pitting, but I give myself an extra 2 laps of fuel. Because what they usually do is they literally give you just enough fuel to finish the race. But then what I usually do is give myself an extra 2 laps, so if I do end up falling behind, I can use that to obviously help catch up. But it's safe to say at the moment that that is not really the case. So I might just leave it as it is, or as it will be, and see how it goes. But yeah, I figured I would try and stream this. Or I might do videos instead, like I'll just use it as background when it comes to me needing to talk over something for some reason. Or if you prefer other games for me to do that with, I'll do that, and I'll just stick to streaming this. At some point I will be doing another Assassin's Creed 2 live stream. That I can possibly do that either Thursday or Friday for you guys, because Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and Wednesday I will be working most of the day, so, and I'll also be going to the gym Tuesday evening, and I don't know what I'll be doing Wednesday evening, but I won't do it then. So it will either be Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet, but I know Assassin's Creed 2 is definitely on the cards, and then maybe next week I should be able to finish off the second Uncharted game from the Nathan Drake collection. And then I'll also be moving on to Uncharted 3 as well. Before anyone does ask, unfortunately I do not have Uncharted 4. so I won't be doing a gameplay on that. Besides, most of you have probably seen Uncharted 4 by now, because I've already seen somebody play through it, so the chances are you have as well. But it's just the fact that I've never played any of the Uncharted games. Like, for some reason the Uncharted games didn't really speak to me when they first came out. And it's just luckily for me that these games did come out as a collection. Obviously when they brought out Uncharted 4. And so far,
Okay, super job so far.
I can say they are quite enjoyable. I mean, they can be a bit frustrating sometimes. With certain bits, certain puzzles. But on the whole, the Uncharted series is a really good game. And I would highly recommend that if you guys haven't watched those streams, to go back and watch them. Just to see what you're getting yourself in for, and just go play them. Seriously, they're really good.
Felipe's currently in P9.
Felipe's in 9th and I'm in 1st. Come on, Felipe. Put your shit together. Can't really say that about Felipe. Felipe's a very good driver. Maybe sitting there beating him on a video game, but to be honest, he'd still probably beat me in real life if I was the one playing on the video game. And I'm being followed by Lewis. We got pressured by Lewis. That also shows that my car is not as fast as his.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Almost cut that corner a bit too much. But we're doing alright. So now on the final lap of the program. Like I say, this will give enough data to then basically turn around and say, look, this is how we're going to run the race. I also forgot, also next week I will be streaming some of the Blackout beta. I need to stop hitting the wall. But yeah, I'll be streaming the Blackout beta on the 10th, which is next... well, it's the 3rd today, so it's Tuesday the 4th, Wednesday the 5th, Saturday? Thursday the 6th, Friday the 7th, Saturday the 8th, Sunday the 9th. So the next Monday, which is when the Blackout beta comes out, I'll probably take a rest day, because I believe it'll do the same as the multiplayer beta. It'll come out at 6 PM British Summer Time. I was just about to say GMT, but it's not Greenwich Mean Time, because Greenwich Mean Time is basically the winter time. So yeah, it'll come out at 6 PM British Summer Time, which is usually 10 AM Pacific, 5 or 4 PM Eastern Time, Obviously you'll have to Google whatever time zone you're in to see when that's coming out, but I think it's coming out
Come in this lap, please. Box
at
this
6 p.m. our time, so I will be taking time off to stream that depending on what days I am at work. So if you're interested in me playing the Blackout Beta, or for those of you who don't know what the Blackout Beta is, it's Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Call of Duty Black Ops 4's version of Battle Royale, basically. Because Battle Royale has completely taken off and taken the world by storm. Because we've now got we've now got games like PUBG, Fortnite, H1Z1, and all like smaller indie titles as well that have done their own Battle Royale mode. So Call of Duty and I believe also Battlefield this year are bringing in their own style of Battle Royale. There we go, we have 7 minutes 40 remaining of the practice, but that is all of our practices done, so we can just accelerate the time on that. Doing pretty good so far. Felipe went out and Valtteri Bottas beat my time. Basically by a whole tenth of a second. Yeah, it was by 1/10 of a second, basically. See, that 1/10 of a second makes all the difference. It's all the difference. I'm really sorry that I'm itching. Right, I don't know why I've started to get a bit itchy all of a sudden. Very itchy. I am also going to grab a drink in a minute. It's now 4 o'clock, as if I've been streaming for an hour already. That's the one thing I do love about Formula 1. Or this Formula 1, you do 2 practice sessions, which take you, as it says here, like an hour. And then the qualifying session takes you like 10-15 minutes. And then the race itself takes like an hour, or half an hour. Right, so we're going to practice 3, but what we do is we go into practice 3 to then skip practice 3 to go to qualifying. So I said I'm going to do the qualifying to see where I obviously stack up. Right, session info. Advance to qualifying.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's
So
remind
Felipe is averaging around 10th place. I'd say if he can stay 10th, which is usually where the points end, if he gets 10th, that will help, because hopefully we'll end up winning the Constructors' Championship as well, which will be a bonus, but it probably won't happen.
Guess who made the gossip columns this morning?
Me.
Talking about this new rival you have.
I have a new rival.
Check his stats out.
Introduction to driver rivalry. Oh. It's my teammate, Felipe. Okay. Right, let's listen to our voicemail.
Your qualifying goals came up in the board meeting this morning. Here's what to expect.
Yeah, the funny thing is, you literally just came over to talk to me and you could tell me then. Apparently you had to leave a voicemail. Right, so my qualifying goals are to place 9th or higher and to place higher than my teammate Felipe. Now if I do that, basically we get a scoring system and it goes up to 30 points. The first to 30 points wins the rivalry basically. And the better I do, the more I will get promoted to first driver status. So, right, let's get straight out on the track. No messing about. Let's say I left Parc Ferme on. So basically what that means is any settings that I've now used in qualifying, those are the settings I have to use for the race. But I've got all of the settings I want anyway, so it makes little to no difference. Yep, we're on max, which is fine. See, this is where the car really gets pushed to its limits, when it's on the max setting, the qualifying setting. You can't use the max setting in the race. You get rich mix, lean mix and standard mix. Obviously lean mix is when you need to conserve fuel, so that will make you go a bit slower. Standard mix, just normal mix. So basically if you end up staying on that throughout the whole race, providing you do the fuel saving techniques, that should last you until the end of the race. And of course you've got your rich mix for those of you who want to go just that little bit quicker, or need to go a little bit quicker for one reason or another. See what I mean about letting off? I have a feeling that Max, or Verstappen, who is in front of me, may have hit the brakes a little bit, whereas I didn't. All I did was let off the throttle. See, I'm already catching him at the moment, but because of him being in front of me, I had to hit the brakes there. So there you go, the times are coming in at the moment. I will be doing another lap, so don't worry. I won't get the fastest lap this time. And this is where the DRS comes in handy, especially when you're that close to the car in front, because the dirty air just basically goes straight through. You get all of the speed with none of the drawbacks, and you can just fly straight past him. So now that lap I placed second, but now I don't have Mr. Verstappen sat in front of me. I can now push this car to the absolute limit to get into pole position. See, now Sebastian Vettel has now made a new fastest time. Let's see if we can beat it. I've actually been quite surprised of my ability to be able to basically talk and race at the same time. I thought I would have been absolutely poor at it and I'd be crashing all over the place. And so far, I mean, admittedly, yeah, I've had a couple of crashes, so luckily flashback has been on, so I've been able to use that. So but now you see my oh, that's probably screwed me. Right, I'm gonna have to stick it down to lean mix because I now have less than a lap of fuel left. And yeah, going off of that last bit, that screwed me over because I'm now in third. To be fair though, a top 3 start isn't bad. Especially when you're going up against people like Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel, who are basically two of the biggest drivers in this generation of Formula 1. Now if I also remember rightly, somebody who I know is absolutely obsessed with Sebastian Vettel. I don't know why I told you that, it's just a random fact about somebody I know who you don't. So I don't know why I told you it, just did. Right, so this lap we're going to go into the pits just to restock up on a bit of fuel and then go out and try again. Because obviously we want to get pole. And if there's time left on the clock, you need to be out on the track. Right, and while that's quickly doing that, I'm going to find myself something to eat. So, I will be right back.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 27.6.
1:27.6. I know it looks weird of me stepping over stuff, but at the moment there's some stuff everywhere and I'm always too lazy to deal with it, so instead I'll just step over it. I've got a 100% pressed apple and mango drink, because what I'm actually trying to do is do this diet plan called intermittent fasting. So today I'm basically drinking nothing but drink. Or having nothing but drink. But I didn't have any breakfast. I had a protein shake earlier for lunch before I started the stream. Well, before I started playing Overwatch, and then I started the stream. And now I'm drinking that. I'll have another protein shake before I go to the gym, and I'll have another protein shake when I come back. And then tomorrow will be a normal food day. And then Wednesday will be another fasting day. Thursday will be another normal food day. Friday will be a fasting day. Saturday will be a food day. Sunday will be a fasting day, so then that will reset it, so then that will be an alternative week. Sorry, I've really got an itchy armpit, and if I don't itch it, it's not going to go away. Anyway. So then that'll alternate for the next week, so Monday I won't be fasting, Tuesday I will be fasting, Wednesday I won't be, Thursday I will be, Friday I won't be, Saturday I will be, Sunday I won't be. Because according to research and stuff that I have seen online, apparently intermittent fasting is a really good way of losing weight. Apparently actors use it to get in shape for their role. So if you see somebody like Chris Hemsworth for Thor, Hugh Jackman for Wolverine, Chris Pratt for Star-Lord, you know, that sort of thing. That's the sort of diet. I'm not saying they use it, and I just realised that I didn't put my thing back onto max. Oh well. So I'm probably not going to get the fastest time, which is fine. I think I can still win it from starting in 4th, so... And the time is boom.
Nice job.
Nice job. 5th. 5th is pretty good. I'll take 5th.
Qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top 3 are Hamilton, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas.
Which doesn't surprise me.
That just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then...
Bye-bye. That's what you were going to say. That is what you were going to say. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to try and do this diet, and people can lose a fair amount of weight. A friend of mine has been doing it for a week, but I didn't even know she was doing it. And I said I wanted to do it. She said that she's been doing it for just over a week, and she's already lost 3 pounds. 3 pounds in a week. I want to lose 100. So 3 pounds in 1 week. You do the math. Because 3 threes are 9. Basically, if I lose £3 a week, if I want to lose £100, it would take me about 30 weeks to do it. And 30 weeks from now, so it'll be end of September, end of October, well, start of September now. So 30 weeks, that's basically, well, there's 26. It'll take me about 7, maybe 8 months to lose the weight. If I stuck with the diet, that is. It would take me about 30 weeks to lose about £100. Now, admittedly, I know a fair amount of my weight is fat, but there is muscle underneath.
Good luck.
Right, so 7th, beat my teammate, place 5th or higher in the championship. Alright, let's go race. But yeah, if she not being funny to the person that I'm on about, but she's also quite a big woman. I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. She probably won't watch it, but hopefully she doesn't mind me saying that if she does. But if she can lose £3 in a week, I can lose £3 in a week. So I want to try it. Like I say, tomorrow's going to be a normal food day.
Isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
So there you go. These are the 2 strategies that I have been given. Been given a 1-stop strategy. There's 15 laps. It will take me 2 minutes and 8 seconds on average to get around it. Or I go for the 2-stop strategy, and to be honest, I will go for the 1-stop strategy, and as you can see here, they have underfueled me. So underfueling can require fuel saving measures throughout the race in order to complete it, and what I do is I give myself 2 extra laps. Not that I will need them, but I give myself them just in case. Right, so let's get this race over and done with. That was a really bad start. I was too busy trying to maintain the revs and not looking at the thing. Right, so possibly, on average, my car might be slightly heavier than others.
We're seeing
But
minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making
I have
this
more
worse.
fuel, so like I say, in the event that I might need some to push past somebody or catch up to someone who gets quite far in front, I've got that extra bit of fuel there if I so desire it. So as you can see, Perez is slightly pulling away from me, but unluckily for them, I get him in the corners and I accidentally tapped him, which I shouldn't have done. And I'm surprised I didn't get a warning for that, because I've already got a warning from apparently causing a collision with somebody else. Get around. So now, if you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but I can certainly tell between the practice sessions and the race, because I'm carrying more fuel, the car feels different.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
And as the race goes on, it will feel more and more to what you end up getting used to. Now it's like if I ended up doing the full race, it would feel a lot different to how the car feels now, because of obviously the amount of fuel that's going to be in it. As you can see, I'm slowly creeping up the pack. That one was just a little tap on the brakes then, nothing too major. Again, you can take that one slightly wide if necessary. So now this is where the grid starts to open up.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
There we go, now the drag reduction system is now available. And like I said to you before, we could use it all the time during qualifying and practices. But during the race, if I'm not within the DRS zone and not within 1 second of the car in front, I am not allowed to use it. The DRS is usually meant for overtaking purposes only, and the DRS zones are normally the only places you usually overtake, unless you have a decent enough line through a corner to be able to obviously overtake somebody. And see, now I've already used 0.5 of a lap of fuel. So I've still got 2 extra laps. So if, say, I needed to get past Ricciardo, and if I felt I needed that extra oomph to get past him, I could use the rich mix of the car to be able to push past him. But I feel like with the DRS,
The pit window has opened.
I can get past him, just like that. And because of the way the corner is, he also has to slow down on the inside. which then gives me even more room to pass him. Now the cool thing about this game, I don't know whether it was in previous games, the last one I played before this was 2013. So with this one you can check
Raikkonen is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 5.5 seconds. We're dropping back
So there you
to
go.
around 0.4 a lap. They're on old ultra softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:30.3.
So there you go, we're dropping by 4 tenths a lap on Kimi Raikkonen,
Okay, we're ready for you. Box this lap.
and he's about 5 seconds ahead. So by now as you can see by the map, they've now gone round the corners. They're probably now going to go into the pits, or at least a couple of them will. See, the front runners haven't done it. I, however, have. So I've now gone up to 2.1. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tyres changed. I'm going to swap over to the rich mix. As you can see, I've done there. And I'm basically going to push. So I've now gone down to last. But most people will probably end up hitting next lap. So I will be able to obviously catch up. And hopefully get back to where I started. See, but now the car's going to be going a little bit faster, it requires a bit more control. As you can see. Have to also brake a bit earlier. But as you can see, I'm already catching up with the back people. Again, I went a bit too slow because I had to brake. So I think most people will end up going into the pits this time, so it shouldn't be much of a problem getting past people. Let's have a look. Okay, so these two aren't. Seeing with the help of the DRS as well, I'm catching Fernando. Oh, somebody has crashed. That was just really unfortunate for me. It was because somebody had crashed. I was in the middle of overtaking somebody. They called caution, so during a caution you are not allowed to overtake somebody. And because I overtook somebody, that basically meant I had to give the position back because that was an illegal overtake. And luckily I managed to pass Lewis. And so now it's just trying to create at least a little bit of a gap between me and him.
Felipe in the pits. Felipe has pitted.
So there we go, we're now back onto the start-finish straight. Lewis probably has DRS on me, so he might be catching up. If he's lucky. And there we go, we're now in 11th again. I'll say slowly but surely, people will be pitting Just all depends on what strategies they have ended up using to obviously get through the race. So I'm hoping my strategy does end up working. Like I say, I'm just trying to create as much gap between me and Lewis as possible, because I think Lewis was in the lead. So the further I get in front of him, the better. And these guys are going to be back markers, so will end up being back markers because they will end up going into the pits. Yep, there's Ericsson. Oh, they're not going in the pits. Surprised. And with the help of DRS and late braking, I'm able to get in front of him. Right, so what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go back down to standard mix, as I now only have one spare lap of fuel remaining. Like I say, I know I give myself 2 spare laps, but I like to keep a lap. I say just in case I need it, and I don't know what was happening with Palmer there. He was all over the shop. But luckily he managed to keep it under control and not smash into me, which is the main thing. I'm slowly creeping up on him. I want to leave myself enough gap. Here we are, I've got DRS on him. And Palmer is no more. I say no more, I passed him. Still plenty of chance for him to come back on me. Right. Nicely around that corner.
Okay, some information on Magnussen. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
That must have been who crashed back a few laps ago. So we're doing well. So we're slowly creeping up onto 6th place at the moment. Which is Kvyat? Yeah, Kvyat. Of course, Hamilton has now posted the fastest lap. Daniel Kvyat is now going into the pits, which gives me an extra space.
So the gap to our teammate is 11.1 seconds.
11.1 seconds. It's not bad. Right, so our next person we need to try and catch up with is Carlos Sainz in front of us. Once I get to a decent position where I can find out how far he is ahead of me, I will.
Gap ahead is
There we go.
5.7 seconds.
5.7 seconds.
The gap to the car behind is 5.7 seconds.
And the gap behind is 5.7. So we're doing well.
Sainz on.
We're gaining by 5
Supersonics.
seconds a
We
lap.
think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute
And they might have one more stop, so they
36.0.
might not have even stopped yet. That's the thing, they might not have even stopped yet. And Sebastian Vettel now posted the fastest lap. Ooh, that was a bad corner. Just slowly keeping an eye on the fuel. We've still got one extra lap. Slowly catching up on Carlos Sainz. I'll say at the moment, now that I've got the track to myself, it's basically all about perfecting the corners. The more you perfect the corners, the more time you shave off your lap, so the more you end up obviously catching up with whoever it is in front of you. Let's see.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Right, we've got it. Kimi Raikkonen now setting the fastest lap.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of fuel remaining, so there's 4 laps left.
The gap to the leader is 23.9 seconds.
23.9 seconds. We are not going to catch up with first, I can tell you that for certain. If I didn't have the bad start that I had, I probably would be up there. But because I had that bad start, we can't unfortunately
The gap
catch
to the
up.
car ahead is 10.4 seconds.
The gap to the car ahead is 10.4 seconds. So Bottas is 10 seconds ahead of me. I'm going to see if I can catch up with him, but I'm not going to make any promises. Put the old rich mix on for at least a little bit. That almost went horribly wrong.
Hamilton's in first place.
Yeah, I thought as much. Lewis is in first place. So yeah, that just proves that when Hamilton was behind me, he was actually trying to lap me. Right, so hopefully I can get the fastest lap in this lap. Not with that corner, I ain't. Especially with that corner, I ain't. That's already took off a couple of tenths of a second. I don't think it's going to happen, boys and girls. As much as I want it to, I don't think it's going to. The fifth is a solid. It's a solid place to finish, especially that's where I started. So we didn't do too bad.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Two laps of fuel left. So we've done alright. If I still get a fastest lap. Yeah, I thought I wouldn't. Right, popped it back down to standard. So we can just finish out the rest of this race. So we've got 2 more laps to go. No, that was just my eyesight playing up on me. I thought I saw someone in front of me. But it's been a really good race so far. And albeit most of it's been relatively calm. Yeah, I admit I did cut that slightly. Not by much, just slightly. Yellow flag. Caution.
Green flag. Green flag. We're racing again.
So who came off where? Here we go, last lap now.
This is your final lap of the race.
Right, let's see how far Carlos is ahead of us. Oh, Bottas.
Car in front is 13.0 seconds. You're
13
down
seconds.
0.8 a lap. They're on old super softs. The time last lap was a 1:29.9.
Yep, safe to say I'm going to be getting 5th this race. Well, I think.
Okay, gap ahead is 13.3 seconds.
You literally just told me that. Alright, so we're nearly done. Last few corners. There we go, Lewis Hamilton wins the Australian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel set the fastest lap. Just goes to show that Sebastian was trying to catch him, but just failed. There we go, last corner. There we go, 5th place.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Not bad if I do say so myself. Not bad.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Romain Grosjean.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet
What do you
more
know?
silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
But look at who's next to him. The red suits of the Ferraris. Worn by the likes of Michael Schumacher, Eddie Irvine, Rubens Barrichello, Ayrton Senna, I believe.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Fernando Alonso. Wherever he is, whatever team he's in, when is he not just brilliant? He'll give you a performance every time, just like he's done today.
On to the
Fernando
pistons
Alonso.
then. Mercedes move to the top of the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time. for
He started
another
last
thrilling
and ended in
installment of this
15th. That's
Formula
actually a
One
pretty good drive for Fernando, actually. Felipe Massa started in 10th, ended up in 9th. Me, or stayed where I was, started in 5th, ended in 5th. And as I said, same as constructors, and Williams are now 4th in the constructors, and that's everything with the drivers. See if they have anything to say after my first race. Oh, got resource points. That's a good start. Podium finish, no, unfortunately. We both went penalty free, sorry. I got the fastest lap, best position, and we both finished the race. So it's 3-6. There we are, I'm performing slightly above average. Introduction to career score, doesn't really matter about career score.
Indeed it is. And this is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive some of his cars.
Well, not quite my cars per se. It's a bit of detail. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing them myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but it's the downforce, those lateral G's, you know. Your neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. That's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well in these. Our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. So consider this a formal invitation. See you at the track.
Now, I'd just like to step into my office. Let's go over his
There you go, get to pick our first event. The Overtake Challenge on Britain Short, or Pursuit on Japan Short. I get to be in a classic Renault or a classic Williams. I'm gonna go for the Overtake Challenge. Right, and that takes us to the invitational event. What I'll do, guys, is I'm going to keep the streams to strictly the Grand Prix. The invitational events are just little things that don't really impact what goes on in the whole Grand Prix scene. So I'm just going to leave those out of the streams. Unless you do want to see them, then I'll obviously do them and leave them in. But that is going to be the end of that, guys. That was the Australian Grand Prix. I hope you guys enjoyed. That seemed a lot better to me. Admittedly, you know, there was a couple of bits where obviously I was changing settings. Like, I thought I could, you know, do the brakes and all that stuff, and apparently I can't, because I can't multitask, because it takes a lot of skill to learn how to drive. People, you know, people think it's second nature, but it does take a lot of work to learn how to drive, which unfortunately I'm never going to be able to do in real life, so I have to basically do it in games to obviously negate the issue of not driving. I guess I have to do it in games instead of in real life. But anyways, guys, like I said, that is going to be it. That is the Australian Grand Prix. We are now going, well, there'll be an invitational event, and then there will be obviously the next Grand Prix, which, if I remember rightly, which I don't, so I'm not going to say. Like I say, I'll do another stream of this if you guys want to see more. So leave a like if you want to see any more. comment that you want to see more, and obviously hit the subscribe button if you want to see any more of this or any more of my content. I did do my placement matches for Overwatch Season 12 yesterday, so if you want to go watch that, that is up on the channel now. And if you want to see what sort of videos I do, like I say, just have a look, and if you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll leave it there. Catch you guys next time. Ciao for now. Bye.